you have to remain young in life.
How do you do that?
Just by enjoying yourself to the max.
And you do that yourself?
Yes, I've started more recently. You know, when you start realizing that you're turning 30, you be like, I want to enjoy life. You know, like all these crazy things that you've never done before.
Guys, look who is here with us today for another episode of People Stories. It's the one and only Brooke.
Hi.
Brooke, thank you for coming. It's definitely a pleasure. And I really
mine.
would like to ask you something what maybe no one asked you before.
Okay.
Let's start with which moment in life you think shapes people the most?
I think the way you handle obstacles. I think the way, you know, when the most tragic thing happens in your life and the way you actually rise above that and, you know, recreate yourself to be a better version.
And do you think like everybody's interest is to like look deep inside themselves, and because sometimes when maybe some life experience like mold you in certain way, but do you think we should get to know like who we are, what has happened with us, and try to fight it?
For sure. I think, you know, like when you have a big problem and like all of a sudden you let the problem mold you into who you are, the new you with all the heartbreaks and everything. I think don't let anything mold you into something that you don't want to be. No matter how big the problem is. And a problem is not actually a problem, it's a challenge. So it's a challenge that you have to rise above it and, you know, fight it, be powerful and, you know, sky high, fly high.
That's very inspirational, yes. So do you think like it's never too late to change? Everybody can get second chance?
Of course. And the thing that I hate most is people actually telling you, you've changed. Of course you've changed. I mean, different experiences. The more time passes by, years pass by, and people change. It's normal. It's the circle of life. So someone, you know, coming and telling you, you've changed, I don't recognize you anymore. It's like, come on. Obviously I've changed. Obviously time passed by, years have passed by, and people, it's normal, people change.
Yes. No, but I think
it's important to change.
Yes, but I think we both agree, yes, you will change, but it doesn't mean like the old version of you is not inside.
Exactly.
Yes. And I think the true friends who were like growing up with you, they always there.
Exactly, and they will appreciate you for who you are, whoever you are. And whenever you become whoever you decide to be.
Yes. So music, how much of your heart, the space it has?
Probably the biggest, probably all of it. So music is my thing, like obviously throughout like the daily life situations and work and stuff like that, sometimes I put music aside, you know, because I get carried away with my busy schedule. But in reality, the moment I do music is the moment I feel the most at ease. I feel I'm being myself. And I just love the thrill, the adrenaline rush, and performing on stage. The feeling is unbelievable. There's nothing else that will give you that feeling, in my opinion.
But how is this to like be a musician? You wake up and you start singing, or?
Look, if you live your life 100%, like as a full-time musician, everything is related to music. Now, obviously, I do not live the 100% life as a musician because I have other responsibilities and I obviously have to take them aboard. But being 100% full-time musician is beautiful. Is like, obviously, all the jobs are related into music in some way or another. And I would love to end up in that position one day, you know. But I'm also happy into taking other responsibilities on board and, you know, making myself useful in different ways and different challenges, as I said.
Yes, but I think you have that periods when actually it takes like, it's been your full-time for periods of times.
Yes.
When you have like a concert or preparation.
Of course. As a matter of fact, like if I have a concert coming up or a single release or something like that, the first thing I do is block out the days from work and, you know, blend like or work, the schedule with work and music. So there are times I finished a singing gig, you know, a concert at 9 p.m. and I checked my emails at 9 p.m. and started answering, you know, because everything is a priority in life, you know. So
As we speak, I think soon your single Over will pass like 200,000 views on YouTube.
I know, it's crazy, right?
How do you feel, and is that feeling addictive?
It's crazy because it's been a long time since I've released my own music, and when I released Over, I had no idea that people are gonna go this crazy for it, and the feedback has been amazing. Everyone really liked the song, everyone really liked the music video. I still can't believe that I was in the music video on things that are really high, considering I'm afraid of heights, so so everything is a bit like crazy, but again, the feeling you get from music is so addictive, is so unbelievable that it will make you do things that normally you fear, so I fear heights. And I got on a scaffolding and I'm dancing somewhere like 2 stories high. I'm standing on a massive globe, like up there. It was shaky, it wasn't even stable, and I had to perform. So for me that was a challenge that music made me achieve and like look past.
When you watch the like a video clip, I think it was massive, like involvement. It was a very good one.
I am very involved in everything because I like it to be that way. So I'm always like looking at all the details, and sometimes I look at details more than the people that I'm working with, because that is who I am. I'm a very detail-oriented person. I'm a perfectionist. So this music video like took around a month and a half of tweaking, because I'm a bit crazy like that.
But when do you think we can expect new one? Because for sure, when you have that good hit, you can't just stop. I think in your head it's like a new idea. Or...
So, no, we have another song that's going to be launched very soon, which is more of a summer anthem, like a club song, which will be launching very soon. The music video is not going to be anything bombastic, but it's going to be cool, nice, and, to go with such a summery like vibe. And then we have another track coming out later on in the year as well, which is one of my favorite songs actually, if not my favorite, and it's cool,
Okay, so we're definitely looking forward to see more in that regard.
Yes.
What could you tell us about the relationships? Were you lucky so far with them?
I don't like to call myself lucky or unlucky, especially unlucky, because it's such a negative and heavy. But I think every relationship I have been into taught me a lot. I've learned a lot, and the most important thing is that you learn from the mistakes that maybe you've made, the choices that you've made, and you make sure that you don't repeat them, It's important, I think.
But in the relationship, what do you look up for? Important for you is like a communication, or?
For me, honesty is the most important thing. I am the type of person that I'd rather be told a harsh truth than a lie to cover something, So honesty, most important thing. Trust, which is very important. Communication. Those are 3 most important things. But then if I have to really add things that I look for, someone who's determined and motivated, someone who's positive and doesn't drag you down, and someone who's fun, that you can enjoy life together as a couple, as a partner, and and you're willing to fight through challenges, but then laugh at them, and and just someone that you can walk through life with.
Very convincing answer.
Convincing,
yes,
okay.
that fun part is amazing, because we are in Malta. After all, it's more than 300 sunny days. So yeah, the fun part is.
Of course, it's important. If you don't have fun in life, you're going to end up being super bored, and you're going to grow old quicker. You're going to feel old quicker. You need to just let go and enjoy it. We have the perfect weather for it. There's no limitations, and the only limitations we have is always up here. It's never around us. So let's just go for it.
You know how they say when you let's say 18 years old, you would have maybe 50 friends, so-called, and then when you grow up, I think that circle gets smaller. How did it work out for you so far?
Look, when I was young, and to be honest, from that aspect, nothing has really much changed, because I have always been friends with around 50 or 60 people, for example. And I've always been friends with everyone. I consider everyone my friend. But then I have those 3 or 4, let's say maybe 5 people that I can confide in and trust with anything. So I have a very limited circle, but the bigger circle, like I wouldn't mind, for example, pulling people into that small circle, because they are all people that I genuinely enjoy. Like I'm a person that looks for good vibes in everyone. So if you're a person of good vibes, you're going to be my circle of friends. If you're going to bring me some sort of bad vibes, I'm going to be okay with you, but I'm going to try and, keep you away.
Fair enough. Growing in Malta, is it always like, because Malta is quite small, right? Is it something like you always dream to be like abroad or work abroad?
Yes, and that is why I lived in London for 6 years. So I lived in London for 6 years. I wanted to experience life abroad, and I did so, and I really enjoyed it, and it made me grow so much and mature so much. I learned so much about myself. I learned so much about life. I learned how to switch on a washing machine on my own, these little things that, they're very, very important. And sometimes it's good to get a different perspective you start becoming more understanding, of everyone's different background. You start realizing maybe how lucky you are. For example, I lived in London for 6 years. I knew people that in order to go visit their family, they had to travel for 24 hours. And I only had to travel for 3. And I was complaining about those 3, and they were telling me, you're so lucky, you're only 3 hours away. So we start realizing, oh, wait, maybe I'm just being too harsh, on myself, or maybe I'm just complaining too much, maybe I'm just this or that, So we start actually realizing how lucky we are, maybe the way we've been brought up, the way we've been raised, considering how small the country is and all the opportunities there still is in such a small country. You can go to the beach or to the city in 15 minutes. It's unbelievable. It's really good. It's a good way of life.
Yes. But then, after all, I think it's the story of many that people do come back to Malta. Is Malta this magical place?
Yes. And I think in Malta you get a little bit of everything, which is great. In London, you have to, for example, give up certain things to have other things. In Malta, you can have a bit of everything, which is amazing. So then, obviously, the opportunities are limited in Malta. So you would have to go to London, for example, if you're looking for this incredible career. But obviously, the problem is that the positives of London are the negatives of Malta, and the positives of Malta are the negatives of London. So, as always, the grass is greener on the other side, and you have to choose which grass you actually want to stay on. That's all. But stick to that decision.
Yes. But I think it's nice to kind of go outside the comfort zone and see how the other things
100%,
are.
100%, definitely.
Yes, because sometimes in Malta, I think people have that different understanding of what's around you.
Yep, for sure.
Today, in general, after all, it feels like kind of everybody is creating content. How would you say you can stand out?
I think by being honest and being yourself. I think that's the most important thing, because nowadays everyone's creating content, but everyone is also looking superficial. And I think the most important thing is that if you're going to upload a photo, make sure you do not edit it. I mean, okay, color, you fix the color, okay, but like you edit your body shape, you edit your face, you edit your lips, you edit your nose, and then you end up not even recognizing that person if you see them out having a coffee, So I think the most important thing for their own happiness as well, for the people who are creating the content, for them to be happy, is always be true to yourself, to who you are, and be honest. If you're having a bad day, upload that photo and say, I'm having a bad day, I'm not feeling good about myself. This was the best photo I chose from the batch. Here you are. And people will respect you for that. And they will respect you probably more than having to choose a photo from 2 years ago that you looked good in, just to upload something,
Yes. No, very nice thought. Moving on from that subject, is there any biggest dream that it didn't come true for you yet?
I don't consider things as dreams. I consider things as goals. So I think nothing is impossible, and everything is possible if you have the right frame of mind, if you're humble, if you're hardworking, and if you're determined, everything is achievable. So I think I have a number of goals that I want to achieve, like from small things to big things. Like one of the things I would like to achieve is drinking 3 liters of water every day. Like, for me that's a goal,
Yes.
So it could be such a small thing to a massive thing. And I think it's these little things that will actually help you in achieving the bigger things. And they are all goals in reality. And it's very important to have goals and to believe that you can achieve them, because nothing is impossible in life.
That's a very inspiring message. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And with this, I hope you've learned something new today. That was Brooke for you, and we really appreciate her time. And stay tuned for more. Thank
Bye.
you.